Greetings, welcome to my channel. This is a budget photographer, where photography doesn't have to break your bank. Today, I'm going to talk about a new way of editing photographs. For a lot of people that are new to digital photography with a camera, one hurdle is the post-processing. It's really intimidating having to fiddle with all the knobs, the buttons, the sliders, and grasp all the concept while you're still learning to use a camera and working on your composition. This actually scared a lot of people. Either they choose to give up the photography entirely, or they choose to use the JPEG straight off the camera to avoid post-processing altogether, forfeiting the benefit of the rich raw data captured by the camera sensor. But fear not, today I'm going to talk about a new way of editing your photograph with AI for free. I'm going to edit one of my photographs with Gemini and show you the results. Alright, let's dive right in. Before we get to play with our friend Gemini, there are a few principles to follow. Number one is we need to restrict the role for the AI. Here, for example, we could hint the AI act as experienced photographer. This restricts the AI as a photographer and activates its knowledge within the photography world. Number two, we want to state the requirement clearly. We need to mention that our edits should stay truthful to the original image. Otherwise, for AI, they can be very creative and generating a whole bunch of artifacts that were not in the original image, which I think is beyond the scope of photography. Number three, we can ask AI to output in a structured way. It can guide AI of its thought process and avoid hallucinations. So here, I'm asking AI to give the response in the following format. First, the AI needs to present its thought. What's the AI's opinion about what's lacking in the photo? Then the AI needs to show me the Lightroom parameters to recreate the edit. At last, I want the AI to show me an edited version of the image to illustrate its idea. Alright, so now we get to have fun with our friend Gemini. So I am in Google AI Studio. This is actually an experiment environment to interact with Google AI. It gives me more control over the output. If you use the Gemini UI itself, you should get a similar result. Here, I'm going to use the Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview. These are May the 6th. This is like the latest, greatest model. It should give me more accurate results. Here is my prompt. Act as a world-renowned photographer. You are here to help me edit my photo. Identify what's lacking in the photo and make your edit. Then show me edited image, illustrate your edits. So here I restrict the role for Gemini, and then I give it the task. At last, I want it to respond in the following format. So your thought, what's your opinion on the photo and what's lacking? How are you going to improve? Your edit, present me with Lightroom parameters adjustment to recreate your edit, including basic parameters and local masks. In the image, generate an image to illustrate your edit. Your edits should stay truthful to the original photograph. So the last one, I hope Gemini can generate an image for me, but it doesn't always work. It will sometimes just skip this step or show me a text description, but that's okay. We just need the Lightroom parameters so that we can use to recreate what Gemini thinks the edit should be. And with that, I'm going to paste in my image. And here we go. Okay, so Gemini comes back with a lot of text, and we're going to parse out the information. The Gemini thinks the Milky Way itself, while visible, could be brought out more to truly shine. And here's also some slight greenish teal color cast in the sky. Then Gemini states its goal. My goal will be to enhance the overall contrast and dynamic range, reveal more detail in the foreground rock formations and landscape, make the Milky Way pop, correct the color cast, subtly manage the horizon glow, apply sharpening and noise reduction for cleaner, crisper image, which I think I agree. And it gives me the list of parameters to put into Lightroom. And unfortunately, it really doesn't show me the edited image. It's kind of cool to be able to see them, but well, it is what it is. So next, I'm going to go to Lightroom and apply Gemini's edits. Okay, so here I am in Camera Raw, which essentially is the same as editing component in Lightroom. And we will apply Gemini's suggestions and see how it goes. So for exposure, Gemini wants me to increase it by 0.65 stops. For contrast, plus 25. Highlights minus 40. Shadows plus 70. Whites plus 20. Blacks minus 15. Now texture plus 10. Clarity plus 15. Dehaze plus 12. Vibrance 15. Saturation 5. So for white balance, Gemini wants me to make it to the blue side. This one, it doesn't give me the amount, so I'll use my judgment. Then for tint, it wants me to go to the magenta side to get rid of the green cast. All right, so here we are. And it wants me to add a curve, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to lift the highlights a little bit, reduce the mid-tone slightly, and reduce the shadows. This increases contrast to the whole image. Then for HSL adjustments, Gemini wants me to shift the blues towards purple and add some saturation and darken the sky a little bit. Luminance minus 10. For aquas, Gemini wants me to shift towards blue slightly, add some saturation, reduce some luminance. For yellow, it wants me to reduce the saturation and luminance to reduce the intensity on the horizon. Same for orange. And then it wants me to apply a little bit sharpening. So sharpening amount 70. Detail 25, let's keep it there. And masking, it says it's around 80. And let's apply a little bit of noise reduction. So Gemini wants me to apply noise reduction 25. Detail 50. For color noise reduction, apply around 30. Alright, so that's it for the base adjustment. Okay, so as you may be able to tell, this looks quite different. That's because my previous recording was actually corrupted and I have to redo it. To make matters worse, I haven't actually saved the prompt and also the editing up to this point. So I have to re-put my prompt in Gemini and do the global editing up to this point. Here we are. This is how it looks like after the global editing. Let's go with the local adjustments. So for the local adjustments, it first wants a mask of the sky. And it wants the white balance to be a little bit cooler. And it wants a little bit of dehaze. And then it's a Milky Way core. There's a whole bunch of adjustments to make it pop. So we're gonna do a radial gradient on the Milky Way core on each side. And it wants me to increase the contrast, darken the shadow, increase the highlight, increase the white, and increase dehaze, and boost a little bit clarity. So here is before, after, before, after. So it really makes Milky Way pop more. And the next one is foreground rocks. I'm going to use a brush to paint over it. And it wants me to increase the exposure, boost up shadows, adds clarity, add some texture, and it wants me to make it warmer. And last, it wants me to address the glow in the horizon. So I'm going to draw a linear gradient over it, subtract the other side, reduce the highlight, reduce white, and shift the hue slightly, and decrease exposure slightly, but we need to exclude the rocks. At last, it wants me to adjust the calibration panel. So it wants me to boost the saturation on blue primary and decrease the hue a little bit. Alright, so here we go. It's done. So let's compare the before and after. So this is before, after, before, after. So what do you think? I think Gemini has done a really good job bringing out the Milky Way and boost up the details in the rocks. That's it for today. If you think today's video is interesting or inspiring, would you please thumb up and subscribe? This is Budget Photographer and I'm Bruce, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.